I wonder why Matt was wearing his mask. Stephanie stink that bad, or is he fighting back laughing at her? That's a bad thing I never considered about Redemption Island. You're out there not smelling the other people, so you're not used to it. I bet when the new smells come in, God, they must drive you crazy. Good, this is setting up for Matt to kick her ass. Matt's still a warrior. The matching game isn't that exciting of a challenge, but the way this one played out, it turned out to be pretty exciting. Maybe it just works out better when you're playing one-on-one rather than tribe versus tribe.
You really want to play the game?
Stephanie's crying like Russell. If she wanted to be here that bad, why did she side with Russell like she did? Or a better answer is, why does she continue to side with Russell after he was long gone? She didn't want to play the game, she wanted to ride his coattail. Yeah, it was pretty good. Will do, Jeff, you know where to find me. I hope Rob's starting to get scared of Matt now. And Matt kinda offered him his hand that first challenge when Rob was there, but Rob didn't want nothing to do with it. Wanted to blame everybody. I hope Matt comes back and bites Rob right on the ass. Man, they're all against David all of a sudden. Of course, he didn't vote with them. That turn anybody against you, I guess. I wonder how much we see is editing and how much is real, because turning on David like that out of the blue seems a little bit odd, so they must have been against him before to be talking like against him that much this time. Oh my God, save the crispy stuff for Rob, and they're all gathered around. Oh no, save it, save it, save it! Rob wants it! God! They are absolutely obsessed with him. Who cares if Rob wants the crispy stuff? Let Rob burn his own rice. If it comes down to that tribe winning after the merge, I hope Rob's the one that wins it. Nobody else on that tribe deserves it. We're not an alcoholic for Natalie because she's too young. They're not in the United States. I forget now. I'm trying to remember back when I filled out the application. I kind of do recall them having something about U.S. laws. And that's just ignorant. It's drinking, not murdering somebody. Ooh. This makes Sarita look bad. Can't unwrap that wire. David comes right back, makes himself look good on that. And I think that was a turning point for David. It secured him not to get voted out, and secured Sarita to get voted out. I mean, she was totally worthless. She couldn't look over and see Rob doing something and beating her ass and then copy him. Just goes to show you, when you throw a challenge, you start sucking no matter what. I'm starting to think this is a curse. Like the automobile curse. You throw a challenge, even if you shouldn't start sucking, you do. They shouldn't be this bad. They should have won that. Now this reward is a good one. And this is one of the things I like to watch Survivor for, is views like that. And sliding down a volcano, like the last one. Who wants to do that? Sitting up on top of this volcano and looking out at all those sights, that would be cool. So Rob littered in the volcano. They ought to have him arrested. I will be amazed if they don't have some stink raised about that. And didn't they raise a stink in Australia because somebody picked up a seashell? who's going to go down that volcano and get that piece of paper that Rob threw down in there. So Steve is talking some sense.
At every challenge. She tends to get flustered and freaked out a little bit. She just doesn't have that.
I mean, that's stupid to vote David at this point.
Absolutely the weakest at this point. Tonight we got two options: David or Sarita. Sarita very loyal.
I mean, Sarita, you might as well just throw the rest of the challenges. I couldn't believe Ralph wanting to vote David out and keep Sarita. Although Ralph's not proven to be that big of a thinker in this game. They go into the merge down. They don't want a weakling. And David wasn't screwing over the tribe to screw over the tribe. He was trying to help the tribe. I'm not understanding why they think they can't trust David. You know, when the guy's whole speech against Sarita is about weakness and keeping Stephanie for the strength, he's showing he's trustworthy. I would think someone who's wanting to keep the weak one is the one who you can't trust, because they're looking for someone they can beat post-merge. Did David just talk himself to getting voted? Talking about cohesiveness? I'm sure he was seeing that as Sarita versus him isn't cohesive, but once he sided with Stephanie to go after the rest of the tribe and had them all vote against him, that was putting him on the outs. I'm amazed he didn't talk himself into getting voted out with that one. Well, I didn't know David was sticking up for Krista and Stephanie. I wish they'd leave stuff like that in the show so we would know that before it pops up at Tribal Council. If he was sticking up for both of them, then I can see not trusting him. Because both of them were solid into Russell's corner even after Russell was gone. They weren't for the tribe. If he was for them, then he's not for the tribe. 2 votes, Sarita.
Sarita. That's
wow.
3 votes, Sarita. 2 votes, David.
Wow. I expected them to go for weakness. I'm really amazed they blindsided her to do it.
Good luck.
Took her stuff. And the way they were editing that, they covered that one up pretty damn good. And as far as blindsiding Sarita, why? She was going to pull something out of her hat if everybody was against her. If everyone's against you, might as well just tell them, hey, you're the one going out, take your stuff. Let the editors worry about it. Matt cuts his foot right before the merge.
New episode of Criminal Minds is next on CBS.
Come on, Matt, you were a gladiator. Matt can't cut his foot bad enough to screw up winning now, not against Sarita. But if Sarita does win, that means they merge even, as long as she can get over David. And as far as what Sarita was saying about going in post-merge, you don't want the strong people to compete against. That may work when you're at the top of the food chain, but when you're at the bottom, you want the strong people on your side. Of course, she's not the strong person, so she's trying to spin it to where she should stay. So this means they're merging at 12. Rob's tribe's at 6. And the other tribe's at 5, plus the one from Redemption Island. I wonder if merging at 12 is why they came right out and said they're merging next week. Or else they'd have people writing into them saying, you merged at 12, you're supposed to merge at 10, that's not fair. And they haven't had any dual vote-offs yet. I don't know how far this is into the season, whether they should. They might need to have a dual vote-off, which I think would be the first time post-merge.